$12.2 billion. What do you think of that? Does it make you smile that that's how Sportico valued the Dallas Cowboys? Does it make you feel like that Jerry Jones is P.T. Barnum? Does it make you realize that Jerry Jones actually doesn't have to win, doesn't need to win, maybe doesn't even care about winning given the fact that he's his own GM? Does it make you frown that Jerry Jones is laughing all the way to the bank of valuation? It shouldn't. You should be tipping the cap. The Dallas Cowboys are worth $12.2 billion. Come on. If I'm Jerry Jones and I see this Sportico article come out with NFL valuations that has me at 12.2 Cowboys and then the Rams at 10.4 and the Giants at 10.2, I think you get the Sportico on speed dial, and I think you say to them, dudes, you're not even close. Right now, the Dallas Cowboys are probably worth twice what the Rams are worth, and that is even me not giving up control of the team. I can get a valuation of $20 billion. You're telling me that I'm only 20% more than the Los Angeles Lakers of Los Angeles? Now, that's an iconic franchise, but we're the Cowboys, for crying out loud. Can you imagine that the LA Rams and the New York Giants are in theory worth more than what the Lakers sold for? Is that just the strength of the NFL? Do you know that we summarily dismiss all of these lists that happen like this unless they come out in our favor, and then we talk about how great it is to have a team with such a great value? Do you know that the cheapest NFL team, according to Sportico's valuation, is $5.5 billion? The Bengals. Who doesn't love Cincinnati? Who doesn't love Joe Burrow? Who doesn't realize that they're having some stadium issues and some revenue issues? It's $5.5 billion. Come on. It made me want to look at all the other sports and find out what was going on. And I looked at the NFL and I calculated, because that's what we do here, nothing personal for you. The NFL has an average of $7.13 billion franchise value. Remember that number, 7.13. The NBA, however, is 4.6. MLB, 2.82. NHL, 1.79. And then Major League Soccer, 721. What does it mean to have an average valuation? If you've got way too many people and it's obviously weighted way down or weighted way up, it can have an impact on that number. We could talk about the mean. We could talk about the median. We could talk about the mode. And I don't know what the mode would be other than if two teams are worth 1.9, then 1.9 is the mode. Can you imagine, Coca, if I got that right? I am going back to like SAT type stuff. The difference between mean, median, and mode. I have some recollection, Coca, that mode is about frequency. That in a string of numbers, if you've got 10 separate numbers and then 3 eights, literally, so they're more eights than any other number out of the 13 numbers you have, 10 regular numbers and 3 eights, I think 8 becomes the mode. For all of you math people out there, I swear to you, I used to be really good at math. I just don't remember any of it. Sine, cosine, tangent. Oh my God, I can only draw it. Although I could also, of course, use a computer. But anyway, back to valuations, Coca. That math lesson's over for today, August 14th, 2025. You got to wonder when a valuation is being done, and the one that struck me was the Los Angeles Lakers were valued at $8.07 billion. How do you feel about that, Mark Walter? You feel good? Is the Buss family whistling Dixie out of its pituitary gland because their team was worth 8.07 and they got someone to buy in at a valuation of 10? Or are the other assets that are included what make it more than the 8.07? Was there 1.93 billion of other stuff that Mark Walter was buying? Wouldn't a valuation of a team be the exact sale price? I certainly hope that in Major League Baseball, they've got the Orioles at 1.7. I would hope in the NBA, Well, I guess the T-Wolves sold a year ago, so that can't be. It's got to be higher. Oh my God, I just realized A-Rod has to be the happiest person in history looking at these valuations. What exactly is the Minnesota number, Coca? I don't have it in front of me, but I'll bet you dollars to donuts it's above 1.7, which is roughly the blended rate at which A-Rod got the Timberwolves. And so when you do a deal like that, and then you look at the Sportico valuations or Forbes, and you just say to yourself, oh, it went well. Timberwolves 3.2 billion. I got to give a standing ovation to Alex. That is just tremendous what you were able to do. Sorry, Glenn, park's closed. What about Jimmy Dolan? How's he feeling owning the Knicks and Rangers? He's feeling fine, I guess. He's got the Knicks at 8.3 billion. He's got the Rangers at 3.2 billion. That sounds like a $12 billion. I was going to say trifecta, but that's not what it is. You know, sometimes I try to be super smart and super where I can come up with different things for different sports. And then it's an exacta maybe. No, that may be not two horses. There's one where you're just guessing the top two, and it's not a parlay because that's sports betting. You know, sometimes you just feel like during the course of a day or a conversation that you're about to say something that you've said in your brain and it sounds super smart. And then all of a sudden you just stutter over it. And then she walks away and that's it. You've lost your opportunity. That's a Thursday, folks. I wonder whether Bruce Sherman of the Marlins is looking at Sportico and the valuations and sees it at 1.3 and says, I told you, Samson. I doubt he's saying that. Let me return to the Cowboys, Coke. I told you I'd get back to the Cowboys. I promised you I would. Is it depressing as a fan? I don't think it is. I don't think it should be. But it's depressing for you when you see valuations of teams go up so much, yet winning doesn't happen. You can't be complaining about player salaries or about what Dak is getting or Lamb or what Parsons may or may not get. But do you feel that the valuations is what should be driving decisions by the owner? Because that's where you and I break apart. These valuations that we saw released, they're great. They sound great. You feel super excited and happy about it. The thing of it is, it doesn't mean anything to the operation. It doesn't change what you do. It just makes Jerry Jones keep being Jerry Jones and keep being out there trying to take advantage of us as though we don't know that he's trying to do it. Because in fact, there's millions of us who don't know that he's trying to do it. And then we think about it and we're like, God dang, we talk about the Cowboys a lot. Man, Jerry Jones steps in it all the time. How great is that for shows? And what are we doing? We're giving platform, stage, and minutes to the star. He's playing chess and I'm playing checkers. There's no doubt. No NFC championship game since the 90s. No Super Bowl, obviously, since the 90s. And his team just keeps going up and up. And Jerry says, hey, I like creating news.